welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our bar class where we work on our kettlebell presses and our bar exercises.
And it's our 7th class of our 6th semester, meaning this is one of the more challenging classes. 5 by 5 presses with that kettlebell as instructed by Lauren, and bar mobility strength exercises as instructed by me. If this is your first class, join us, take your time, and if not, join that archive and you too can progress your strength and skills with the kettlebell and the bar. As usual, it starts with Lauren's foot warm-up, so take it away, Lauren.
Let's get started here with our feet rooted underneath of us, and we'll just do our usual walkthroughs. That's where we pull one foot back to get to that demi point, and here we'll march up to our 2 points, and then come back down to on a straight leg. On that straight leg, the hips nice and extended, level hips like a bowl of punch, and then double press up, and control the down on a straight leg on the other side. Cheek is still squeezed, cage is down. One more time, that's a lie. 2 more times, up on a straight leg down, and then up and control the down. This time that straight leg is gonna blend into a bent knee, knee towards over toe, hips lightly sitting back, and then press through to tall. Extend the hips up, control the down on the other side. Knee bends, hips sit back. Let's do that one more time each time here as we descend after that straight knee, and then press the hips through. Up, take an extra pause up here, and could you look around the room? So changing your gaze, but trying to keep your balance. It'll help if you keep your rib cage over top of your hips and your cheeks squeezed, and then land on the other straight leg, and knee bends, hips sit back. Now we'll find a bent leg balance, so staying the same height, peel the heel off the floor, and hold that 2-point balance. Could you sink a little lower? And then press back up. And then heels descend and hips push through. Give that a little shake and wiggle, and let's repeat a similar activity, but in a slightly different position. So take a leg to the front and rotate it open. And then take the other leg to the front and rotate it open. That came from our hips, and we'll land there in that slightly turned out position. Now we'll bend one knee, and then to switch, we'll go double up and control it down. Again, for 4, we're landing on that straight leg, absorbing the landing by pushing the hip through and extending the cheek. And one more time on the straight leg, and this time our straight leg will blend to become a knee bend. Even though we have a bent knee and our demi point on this side, try to keep those hips level, avoid that hip hike. Come up to a double balance again, control the down on the other side, and blend to bend. Then, one more time each way here, land, knee towards over toe, trying to keep those hips turned out by squeezing the cheeks and rotating those inseams forward. For one more time, we'll press up, hold a double leg balance up here. And again, once you find a balance by looking at something that's not moving, could you then change your gaze and look around the room? Come back to center. Now we'll stay on that demi point if allowed, and can we then bend the knees to find that bent knee balance and hold? Doesn't have to be crazy low, just hold, then heels come down and press through to tall. Give that a little shake and wiggle. We'll make our way to the floor to warm up our core and our splits. We'll get there today via our forward fold. So with those shoulder blades retracted back behind you, it'll start at that chin. Our chin will lightly tuck, and we'll round through that neck. You don't have to look directly at the floor when you do this, but think about pushing those vertebrae to the back wall. Then we'll start flexing and rounding through that rib cage. So try to keep those shoulder blades together as you curl through that upper back, staying tight to your body. Pull the belly button in, roll forward, up and over those hips. Keep your weight shifted forward in your toes, towards your toes, to keep the hips extended. Once we're down here, we can dangle for a second, maybe bending and straightening those legs. And then we'll slowly walk ourselves out and connect the floor with our hands, warming up our quick wrists before we get into our plank position. With our hands open on the floor, our elbow pits rotated forward and our shoulders pulled out of our ears, we'll just grip the floor with those hands and lightly draw some circles, distributing our weight from our pinkies through our ring fingers, middle, index, and thumb, and opposite on the other hand. And then reverse the directions. Feel that you're using your whole hand as you're here, and you're not just putting weight down through that wrist. All your fingers are working as well as underneath those knuckles. Then with the elbows nice and straight, press the palms away, and then gently flick the floor away and give that a little shake. Let's do one plank, and then we'll explore the splits and then one more plank before we press. Hands come down to the floor. If you're ready, let's lift those legs up into our high plank position. Right now, our hips are in line with our shoulders, our butt cheeks are squeezed, and we're creating tension and a strong foundation to press out of. So keep that tension high. Kneecaps are up, quads are tight, abs are braced, cheeks are squeezed, shoulders are pulling down for 3, 2, and then gentle knees down. Whew, take a second off. We'll come back to that after the splits.
So sitting in our splits with that cow tip hip, that means you're finding your sit bones like you're sitting on your bicycle. Cow, tip back, anterior tip. So many ways to call it, but find a comfortable and safe place for you. Let's start with the feet in that dorsiflex position. And then at 1, with your eyes, look at it as you point those gorgeous toes. Then keep the ankle pointed, but lift the toes, elf toes right there, and then dorsiflex or pull the foot to the shin. Keep the toes back and then finish with the toes. Repeating again, it goes toes and then ankle and toes. One more time, toes and ankle and toes. And now independent of the toes, dorsiflex that ankle, keeping a nice straight line. I see that, Lauren. Looks great between the foot, metatarsals, and the toes. Now, same thing other side. Look at it if you need as you go from a plant flex to the toes to the ankle, then the ankle and back to plant flex, point toes. It's toes first and then ankle and toes, and then last one toes to the ankle and then toes, and then pull the dorsiflex ankle without recruiting those toe muscles. Now you might be able to wiggle yourself into a deeper splits if you've been here for just a little bit of time, and then whether it's a casual walk of the hands forward or just that press extension of the T-spine, rib cage forward, breathe into the perhaps intense adductor groin stretch going on here, and then just walk yourself back to a tall position that we can breathe in and recover. Then if that's all good, walk yourself just a little bit further, ensuring that your chin is a neutral shape, that T-spine is your sternum, if you will, pressing forward, and maybe just like Lauren's doing there, kind of slide side to side, play with that tension across the hips, and taking your time to come back up to tall. Then wiggle a little bit more. This is the very last thing that we'll do here, and I'm hoping that we eat some pancakes over the holidays here, in particular Martha Stewart's buttermilk pancakes. So good. And then if we do, you might end up one day, maybe that's not today, chest to floor. And then taking your time, getting into positions and out with strength, and back to that core warm up with Lauren.
All right, one more time in that plank position, and think of this plank as we go to do our first set of rack holds to get to our presses. So one more plank to warm up. We're up on our tiptoes, our hips are up, our shoulders are down, our butt cheeks are squeezed, and our core is braced, but we're breathing behind that shield. Now tension up, meaning grip all your muscles tight, 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 but keep breathing for 5, 4, couldn't move you if I tried, 3, 2, lift the hips, keep the hands planted, walk your feet to your hands, reach the label of your pants to the ceiling, and then slowly press the floor away, tuck your chin, and roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Blades try to stay together, head is last to land. Nice, let's get that bell into the rack position and just think about pressing for round 1. So actually mine, round 0, and then we'll start round 1 of presses next time. Or over top of that kettlebell, we'll use our hinge, we'll zip, pull to the rack position, and hold. Whatever you're doing here, you're thinking of that plank tension, so rib cage over top, cheeks squeezed, vertical forearm, nice straight wrist. And now, just for a couple seconds, think about pressing. So root your feet, tighten your legs, off arm tight, 2 hands, keep it tight to the body as you place it back to the floor. Same thing on the other side. Hip hinge, inhale, pull to rack, hold tight. Vertical forearm, feet rooted, abs braced, pinky driving towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 2 hands, park bell. All right, our next set, we'll actually press that kettlebell, but until then to the bar.
To the bar. We're going to work on 2 skills, loosey-goose hips for the low body and swan lake arms for the upper body. Oh, I threw a little wrinkle at Lauren. We'll have fun with that one in a second. Let's start by pulling the knee to the front. Stay low at the ankle or to that passe knee position, and then open the knee to the side. In this case, we're going to ask to turn in on that hip and then bring the knee towards across the midline. The foot can connect to your knee again, and then open up to the side. Groove it out nice and slow at first, and as allowed, let's pick up the pace as we open and close, and open and close. Choose your high tension foot, whether that's that dorsiflexion that I've just switched to, or that ballet point. We're trying to, again, stabilize in the one hip, the standing one, and gesture in the other leg to the side. Bring it into the middle, then just return that ankle down low to the standing foot ankle, and just hold our first standing leg balance. Maybe again, look around the room, or close your eyes, and then return the toes to the ground and extend the hip through. Same thing on the other side. Loosey-goose here, standing legs working, and nice freedom to move the other hip. So pull up to the midline and open to the side. Internally rotating femur on the hip, bring it then across the midline. Then open to the side, and then turn in. Keep it nice and slow, focus on that movement quality, but then also pick up that pace and allow things to be nice and loose in that hip as well. Keeping the shoulders stacked over those hips and those hips facing forward, perhaps one more. Close to the midline, just return it down low. We'll come back up high in a minute. And again, on the front of the toes, like Lauren said earlier, trying to keep the heel up. Toes down, push through. Now, Martha Stewart, you're one of my favorite ladies, and so too are you, Jane Fonda. But Karen Kane, whoo.
My goodness, should I be jealous here? There's a lot of
things. So this is my take on swan lake arms. Let's place those arms out the side and just very loose, very, very loose. Oh yeah, Lauren, look at that. And if you can't see the smile, that's because there isn't one on Lauren's face as we work those nice swan lake arms. Thank you very much, Lauren. And tension with Lauren.
So it's time to press here for our first set of 5 presses. So get rid of that loosey-goose arms and get them tight because that's what you need to press. We'll pull that bell to the rack position. If 5 is too many, do another number that's less than 5 that's comfortable and strong for you. The last rep must be successful. Hip hinge, inhale, pull to rack. Up, 1, inhale, down. 2, 3, 4, one more tight, and then pull bell down and park with control. That breathing might seem weird, but it will be helpful, so try to use that little hop on the up and inhale on the down. Stay behind the shield. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, pull to rack, hop 1, inhale, 2. Off arm will help you too, so make a fist. Then squeeze your cheeks. And one more time. Good. And then park the bell and place it down. Whew, set 1 done.
Awesome. Just a couple more sets to go. We'll alternate sets of that kettlebell press with sets at the bar. Lauren had us turn out our feet earlier, so let's do that again. Well, we actually turned out our hips. So turn out from the hip, foot under in that first position or V. Let's get into that plie shape, that diamond shaped plie, and then transfer weight to one leg as you point the other leg out front. Stand up on the standing leg, then return the leg underneath. Repeating in that cross pattern, it goes to the side next. We're down on 2 feet. Transfer weight to your standing leg, stand up nice and tall, and then pull that leg back under. Diamond shaped plie, keeping the hips and the chest forward as you reach back. Long leg, extended hip, return together, and then one more time to the side. Plie, out to the side, stand tall, pull together. Now pull up to the ankle. We've been there already, but this time we're turned out. Maybe stay on that flat foot, or with a hand on the bar, or without. Find that nice demi balance as you breathe, and lean a millimeter, or 8/16 of an inch, towards the side of the elevated leg. Then return flat feet to the ground, back to the 2-point stance, so the V, and we'll shake it out. Then we'll repeat the same effort on the other side. So the feet are turned out in that strict way, or modest turnouts, of course, and we'll diamond shape plie, leg to the front. Keep the turnout on the front leg, and then return it underneath. Light grips on the bar, or test yourself without. Leave the leg as long as you can, and then adduct pulling in. Knees over toes, reaching back, nice and tall. Close in first, and then one more time, diamond, straight leg, finish tall, pull together. Then pull up to the ankle, cramp that standing leg, rib cages over those hips, and just hover the heel. And then climb a little bit more as allowed with control, and maintain your demi balance and also the ability to come back down with control to that first position. We'll shake it out and back to Lauren.
All right, so it's set 2 and it's no surprise here. Another set of 5. Again, if 5 not for you, pick a number that is. Let's go. I dare you to start with your offhand.
I was thinking you were gonna do that.
Hip hinge. Inhale, grip, pull to rack. 1, inhale down. 2, inhale down. 3, 4, one more. 5. Good. Over the past weeks, we've progressed these presses by changing our level, adding some difficulty to that, as well as laddering the reps up and down. So today, we should be ready for 5 by 5, but if not, pick a number. Let's do it. Second side. Hinge. Inhale. 1. 2. Drive through that pinky side on the way up. 4. Control the bell on the down. 5. 2 hands. Whew, nice work. Set 2 complete.
Complete with a shake to finish things off. And now we're here to the bar. That leg circle exercise here, rond de jambe. So again, back to that turned out position. A couple variations here, first on a straight leg. Tendu or point the leg to the front. Then let's turn in on that hip just to feel the difference. Then turn it out and bring it to the side. Same effort, let's turn in that inseam and then make sure you turn out. And as you do, keep that hip, the side hip, forward. Now in this practice, we do keep that hip turned out as you reach to the back, and then we'll bring it all the way through that first position, tenduing or pointing to the front. Now I'm sending energy through my hips forward, reaching that leg to the back, finishing with a straight leg, and then turning out of the hip and bringing it to the side, to the front, and then hips forward, leg under. Now that outside leg is going to stay straight, and the other leg bends. So bend on an inside leg. Now maybe test yourself without the balance as you draw a circle from the front to the side, and the side to the back. Stand tall as that leg is coming through first, and tendu or brush forward. Push your hips forward, reach the leg back, and time it so that inside leg bends. Turn out of the hip from the back to the side to the front, then hips forward, returning the heels together. Balances finish off each set, so pull up to the ankle and then up towards that passe position. Aim to be on a flat foot for right now, and as the femur or leg lifts on that outside leg here, the hip is reaching to the floor. Then reset to a first position, finish like it's easy, and then we'll shake and repeat. 2 variations on the other side now. We're in our first position, and we'll tendu point front. Turn in, and then amplify that safe turn out of the femur on the hip. Then take it to the side. Same thing on a turn in, but keep the standing hip forward on the turn in and exaggerate that hip forward on the turn out. Then take it from the side to the back, and from the back, tendu or point all the way forward, and then all the way to the back with a straight leg, of course, and then turn out from the back to the side and the side to the front and return. Now the inside leg will bend, reaching the knee to the back wall with those turnout muscles as we navigate a circle shape, amplifying that turnout as well. The leg reaches back, it comes through that first position, all the way to the front, and then hips forward, leg back, timing it, and then open up out of that hip as it reaches to the side, onto the front, hips forward, climb the leg, and open the knee to the side. Toes point, knee side, hip is low, femur reaching high, hold for a second longer, and then return to your first position and on to Lauren's favorite set.
So number 3 here, once we complete this, we're more than halfway through our presses. We're probably back to that dominant side here to start, but you can choose. Inhale, pick up bell, up, 1, inhale down, 2, inhale, 3, don't be afraid to make a little sound, 4, one more, abs, yeah, and then 2 hands, park that bell. Whew. If you do make that little sound, we want it to be behind the shield. So you're not blowing things out here, but you're just creating tension and that Ninja Turtle shell out front. Same thing, second side. Inhale to brace abs, and 1, inhale down. 2, feet are rooted, cheeks are squeezed. Press out of a strong foundation. 1 more time. Boom. And then put it down.
Boom.
Good. 3 down, 2 to go.
Awesome. We're back to the bar. Some leg balances or core holds for this series here. Back to the first position and pull up to the knee where we've been before. So on a flat foot, we'll pull up to that passe knee position. And let's just hold an attitude position in the front. The toes are pointed, the knee is flexed, and we're sitting in the hip, turned out. Then back to that passe position. Let's do the same thing then out the back. The toe is loosely in line with that belly button or other important landmark out the back, and try to maintain that turned out hip. Then back to the side. As we straighten out that leg, this time let's bring the knee into the standing leg and draw 1 circle away, and now go the other direction towards the front, and then out with a hold. Bring it back to that passe position, and your choice here, could you find that nice demi-point rise with the toes pointed, and I again lean 1 little bit towards that left, or the lifted leg, excuse me. Then let's return to those demi-points, back to our first position, and shake. Core stability and mobility, ultimately for core strength. We're in our V, that first position, and we'll pull to that passe at the knee. We could also do this from lower at the ankle if this is too challenging, and ensuring that the hip is low as the leg is high in this front attitude. Then to the passe or knee position, we'll reach out back. Hips forward by just a little bit, kind of push your heart or T-spine forward to ensure that you're staying forward on that hip, and then back to passe at the knee. Now straighten out that knee and bring it straight into the knee and draw that forward circle, extending through the leg, and then just reverse that as it goes back out to the side. Then into the passe, hand on the bar or without. And I'd love to look at the camera, but I need to look a little bit more forward here to hold my balance and hold for a couple seconds, and then return to those demi points and then back to the first position. Shake, wiggle.
All right, with those fire burning in your hips, we're going on to set 4. And in those even sets, we started with that non-dominant hand. Let's stand over top of that bell. Prepare for liftoff. Inhale, brace. Up to the rack. Drive through. Inhale, down. Punch through. Inhale, down. 3, 4. 1 more. 5. Good. Bell comes down. Park kettlebell. Nice. Take a second off. Second side. Another set of 5. Inhale. Prepare. And 1, 2, 3. Pinkies, abs, butts. 4, 5. Good. Nice. Park that bell. Whoo. 20 down. Yeah. 5 to go each side. So really 40 down.
Nice.
5 to go each side.
Back to the bar. Fondues, bending and straightening together. So if we start in that first position, we'll pull up the outside leg to the ankle, knees bend together, and then let's straighten those knees together. Bend the knees to return to the ankle coup de pied, and then stretch out to the side. Return it to the back of the ankle this time, and full stretch of that leg. And then 1 more time to the side. Then let's find that releve. Now land together, blending the knee bend as the warm-up, and stretch. Blend that knee bend as a shock absorber, and stretch. And back to the ankle, and a full stretch of the leg, and 1 more time, knees bend, and then to the side. Now find that balance hold, and can we revisit that demi-point attitude in the front, slightly leaning forward, and then find that passe position as you reach out to the back, project energy forward, and hold, And then back to the passe position with control. Nice, Lauren. And then return to the demis and back to the 2 feet. Bomb.
Bomb.
Boom on those presses. Bomb on our balances. And let's avoid the announcer's jinx as we try the same thing now on the other side. It's knees bending and straightening together. Knees bending and straightening together. It's to the back of the ankle and a full stretch of the leg out the back. And last time the side on the flat foot until we rise and blend the knee bend as we fall and stretch and fall or absorb and stretch. Back of the ankle with those hips facing forward as we stretch. And one more time to the side. Now bring it in, and on that demi, can we find that front attitude hold? Find passe, keeping the hips forward, and find the attitude hold out the back. And then return it to that passe position, hold a second longer, and return to demis and down.
Set number 5. This is the finale of our presses today. And if we do this, we have done 25 presses on each side for 50 total reps. Our hips are on fire, our core is burning, and our shoulders are like boulders. So let's do it. First side, inhale, 1, pull down, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5, good, 45 down, 5 left.
When you say it like that, that's a lot of presses.
That's a lot of presses. Woo. Shake it. Okay, now you're gonna be swan like for like 10 seconds because as much as you need tension, you also need relaxation. So give that a little wiggle, and then last set of 5 here. Pull to rack. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze your cheeks. 4. Don't forget the off arm last one. 5. Nicely done. 25 presses on each side as we've progressed those skills over the week. Great work, whether you did 50 or 5, whatever you did. I'm sure it's great. It made you a little bit stronger.
I'm going to move those bells out to the back, encouraging you to create a little bit of room out to the side as I'll do one more exercise on the bar and Lauren will share one more weight transfer balance in center. So let's grab the bar, maintain that turned out position, and tendu to the front, and it's time for some static Batmos. Take the leg to the front, nice and straight, 3 repetitions. Up, down, up, hold. 3, 2, up and down. 3, 2, up and down. And this one we're hold. 3, 2, up and hold. And hold, and hold. Down slow, back heels together. Repeating to the side. Tendu to the side, 3, 2, up and down, 3, 2, up and down, and now 3, 2, up and hold, and hold, and hold, and tendu, and close. One quick set on the other side.
How did that kid teach you to count the other day? 3, 2, 1, go. Is that what
we're doing? Is that what we're doing? 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, lift. That's
okay,
right.
Okay.
That's right. We can learn from everyone, even 7-year-olds, when they teach you how to count. So let's take it to the front and 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, lift. And now 3, 2, 1, lift and hold, and shoot energy beams out those toes and return. 3 to the side, tendu out there. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. And then 1, 2, 3, up and hold, 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 hold. Down with control and close. One last little weight exercise transfer with Lauren, tiptoeing around.
This one's for the Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Okay, we did this a couple weeks ago, and we're going to go through our lunge position to finish up here today.
You're a mean one. But I like it. We like it. We like it.
Take a single leg and step it back into that drop back lunge position. Wherever you're square to, square up your shoulders, square up your hips. Always keep your front shin vertical. Right now we're at our high point. So in that high point, pull or drive that back hip forward by squeezing it and pull your front leg in. Continue pulling your front leg in as we descend, keeping shoulders stacked on top of hips. Soft landing. Now push the floor forward and back. This is our hover just off the floor. Then get to our mid station and then back to high, and that front shin still vertical. We come down again, slow and controlled. And then we have one here where we're going to peel, if you'd like to, that front heel off the floor. Keeping that high heel up, hover, mid station, up, up, and then one controlled down from here. Keep the heel up, keep the heel up, keep the heel up. Femur pulls in, heel comes down, up, together. Just so you know, that's how Taylor Swift trained for her concert. Woo! No, she didn't. I totally made that up.
Maybe.
Just dreams. All right, same thing on the other side.
You have Taylor Swift dreams too?
There's another one of his crushes. Five in one episode.
Biggest crushes right here. Biggest crushes right here.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, first one, front shins vertical, back hip pushing forward. Pull yourself down slowly through that mid, and then just on the hover, and then soft landing. Pushing forward and back, we hover just off the floor, and then mid, and then high. And one more time, pull yourself down, front leg coming in, back hip pushing forward. Now heel here, pull that heel up, push forward and back, hover, mid, up, and then again, full descent down, try to keep the heel high, but still keep the femur pulled back, land. Heel comes down, and now it's up and together. Now you can creep around. Santa Claus.
Thank you. Thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for being here with us. We love sharing our simple techniques for strength and mobility with the kettlebell and those bar and bodyweight exercises. As we said earlier, this culminates the 6th session of 7 episodes each, or thereabouts, of the calendar year 2023. We take a little holiday break here. We do look forward to resuming in the new year, that year 2024, and maybe we'll have 2024 subs by then, because you'll subscribe, you'll like, you'll share if you enjoyed this practice with your friends and family, so we can stay strong together.
On Saturday, we have our last workout of 2023, and it's our bodyweight class. All you need is this and a little bit of space, so join us then or anytime thereafter in the archive. Until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Good job.